Hi guys, just the latest report on what's going on. So they've had an emergency briefing in Congress about these drones. One Congress member has stated that there are confirmed reports of the US Coast Guard seeing these things coming out of the Atlantic Ocean. That is the latest news. At least 50 drones were witnessed coming out of the Atlantic Ocean and then subsequently following, shadowing the Coast Guard and then going onto the mainland, then coming back and then going below the horizon of the Atlantic Ocean again. So do with that information what you will. There are also unconfirmed reports that they're not in fact drones, but actually orbs. Again, I'm getting orbs coming up quite a lot again from certain news outlets, as well as the podcast Redacted that got sent some images with regards to the incursions going on over New Jersey right now and neighboring states. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting seeing how these guys are dealing with this. There's a lot of frustration in New Jersey. You know, obviously the New Jersey mayor, governor more like, has said that, you know, it's not a direct threat. But what he did say, which was very interesting, is that whenever we get close to these things, they go dark, which means they either disappear off radar or they disappear visually. We don't have drones that do that. And of course, why would drones do that with lights on them in the first place? These are ongoing. Obviously, we've done quite a lot of videos on this now, but I knew about the ocean situation in the lives. I haven't commented on it because I wanted to see if there was anyone in the public sphere that was going to mention it. It was just mentioned in the emergency congressional hearing on this situation. So that is something that is now confirmed. They have been seen, at least 50 of them, coming out of the Atlantic Ocean. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think a Mavic Pro can do that. So let's keep our eyes and ears peeled, and I'll report on anything else that comes out in the near future. Last but not least, please don't forget to check the link in my bio for our fantastic porridge, which is available on Amazon UK, next day delivery. We've got 3 fantastic flavors, vanilla, apple and cinnamon, and of course our bestseller, the maple syrup. That's all for now, guys. You heard it first from DK. I'll see you on the next one.
They're not U.S. military drones. Again, this is being investigated by local law enforcement. What our initial assessment here is that these are not drones or activities coming from a foreign entity or adversary.
You're telling me we don't know what the hell these drones are in New Jersey are? Is that correct?
That's right.
That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. That's madness that we don't know what these drones are.
From the Coast Guard, who said that one of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones as they went through the water.
These are 6-foot drones that are somehow evading our detection. They are not being detected.
They're saying no threat, but how the hell do they know? They don't know anything. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it come from. They don't know nothing.
They know that they can't track them. They know that they don't emit a signal. They know that they can't see them when they turn their lights out. They also indicated that they don't know where they come from. They don't know where they go to.
One family claims they followed a drone in their car, and while it hovered above them, the clock in their car changed times.
Some of the FBI agents that have been assigned to look into this have reported drones flying over their home.
It's right up here over Picatinny. There was a drone just hanging out. I put my drone up in the air and went towards it. I had full battery life. Not 3 minutes into the flight, I lost control of the drone. Warning on my screen, lost control, and my drone started going down dead.
These are fully charged batteries. It's 2 batteries that have died within seconds, and the drone went up and, like a couple feet off the table, and then came right back down.
Okay, you see it? You see how it goes? see how it goes? And then it becomes a spacecraft or aircraft or whatever you want to call it.
What the fuck is that, bro? Did this get smaller? Bro, what?
Above the ocean, and it was low, very low, but so bright and so clear, and it was huge. Like when you...
I'm concerned. I issued a letter to ask for more information, and I think there should be a lot more transparency about that.
Can you make that make more sense? Because I think people in New York and New Jersey see drones the size of an SUV over their house every night and think that that doesn't make any sense.
I understand why people would be looking at this and being concerned about it. We're concerned about it too, which is why we have the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI. My goodness, looking at this, and we're taking it seriously. We
Alright, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I would like to give all praises, all glory, all honor to the Heavenly Father Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and who taught us his truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Alright, this is your brother Thawa coming back to you with another lesson in the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh being the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world English calls God, which means He is to be, or He exists. And Yahweh Shai being the true name of the Heavenly Son, who the world English calls Jesus, which means He saves, He delivers, or He is salvation. Okay. Now, I don't have a title for this lesson, but in this lesson, as you see in the clip, we're going to be dealing with these flying drones that are in the air that they now call UAPs, okay? And you know what I want to do? I want to do this. What does UAP mean? It says unidentified aerial phenomenon. Unidentified anomalous phenomenon used especially as an alternative to UFO, which UFO means unidentified flying object. UFO has been replaced by UAP. When you go to the definition, it says unidentified aerial phenomenon, unidentified anomalous phenomenon. And it says UFO has been replaced by UAP. Scientists and government officials are using the new acronym in an attempt to get away from the stigma and assumptions of little green men that persist when people think of UFOs. Until recently, UAP stood for Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, but last year's National Defense Authorization Act tweaked the term to stand for Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, a broader catch-all category. So yeah, they're changing the names, basically from UFO to UAP, which these things that are flying in there, we know through the scriptures, they are identified, okay? They are identified. And we know, I'm not even going to spoil it yet. I'm just going to play the video. But let's get 2nd Esdras, right? Let's get 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and we'll start at verse 1. Okay. The 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. And us measuring the time diligently is us looking out what's out going on in the world, right? What the news is putting out, right? And portraying and adding it up with the scriptures, basically connecting the dots. Let's use it like that, connecting the dots. Okay. Verse 2 says, Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and upwards of the people in the world, and this is exactly what we see. You see, when you actually look up how much earthquakes there are, there's tons of earthquakes going on in the world each day, okay? And upwards of the people, that means like, in a sense of protesting, okay? Upwards of the people, standing up now, and trying to, use their words, and speak up. There you go. And that could be protesting, that could be with anything, It says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. You see, so these were already written and these were already spoken about, man. These were prophecies that were written before, and it's coming to pass right before our eyes. Okay, it says, for like as all that is made in the world had the beginning and the end is manifested. And we see the end already being manifested. Okay, we see the end. Everything that's written in the scriptures is coming about. Okay, because the Lord said that He will give us an expected end. Okay, verse 6, it says, even so the times also of the highest had plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And this is what we see. You see these chariots that are coming out here, are signs that the Lord is making His return very soon, right? We know there's a few prophecies that have to come to pass, right? But this is in wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And we're going to see a lot of wonders, man. You see, especially in the time of Jacob's trouble, man, we're going to see a lot of miracles. The Lord's going to, show us a lot of things, to keep our faith. And these things that you're seeing in the air, right, that they're talking about, UAPs or UFOs, they are identified. Those are the chariots of the Lord, okay? Those are the chariots of the Lord. The Alahayim, okay? It's a vehicle. It's the angels that operate in these vehicles, okay, which are the chariots, okay? So we know what these things are, okay? And the scriptures talk about being not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Okay, let's grab that real quick. That's Jeremiah 10:2, if I'm not mistaken. It says, thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen. And this is something that Jake has done, in these various captivities, particularly starting with the Greek Empire, okay, when there was Antiochus Epiphanes, right, was forcing Hellenization upon the Israelites. Okay, starting with then, and then eventually it carried on until, till now, till the day right now. Why? Because we didn't know who we were, right? We thought we were American citizens and shit like that. We Puerto Ricans, they threw labels on us and whatnot. Okay, we started following the customs, right? The holidays. Okay, it says, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. You see the signs of it. Be not dismayed at them. Why? Because who's dismayed at them? These are particularly Esau, Edom. They're in great fear. Okay, and look at when you get that word dismayed. The Hebrew word is kathaf. Wait, it says kathaf. That's like it. Ka'athaf. It's like it. That's the Hebrew word though right here. Okay. And it says a primitive root properly to prostrate, hence to break down, either literally by violence or figuratively by confusion and fear. You see? And it says afraid. And these devils are afraid. You see? They were afraid since we started standing upon our feet. Remember Revelation 11:11, and fear fell upon them. That's what it talks about. You see, because we're standing upon our feet and we're proclaiming the words and we're exposing this devil. But ultimately, the things that were written, that's in the scriptures and that we're speaking about is coming to pass. So these people are in great fear. Okay, it says, abolish, be afraid, to be shattered, to be broken, to be dismayed. When you go down, it says to dismay, terrified, to shatter. Okay, so let's reread it. Jeremiah 10:2, thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. You see, they're in great fear. Why? Because now they're seeing these chariots, UFOs. They're taking councils. They're going and holding a meeting at the Pentagon and stuff like that. Not knowing, which they know what they are. They know what they are. But now we can't. Although us we call ourselves the hopeful elect because we don't know if we are of the elect. We see these things. That doesn't mean all the time that they are what we think they are. As the chariots of the Lord, because we know that Esau was given the power, right, to Project Blue Beam, right, and these certain other things where he's able to, show effects and signs in the sky and shit like that. Okay, we know that. So this is where we use discernment. Now, what we could do is we could still make videos on it because it possibly could be the chariots of the Lord. You see, because the scriptures we are reading, like the chariots, the end is going to be manifest. The chariots are going to reveal that they're already revealing themselves, man. And the more the days go by, the more that they're going to reveal themselves. And the scriptures actually, to what we do is we go to the scriptures and we look and see how they're described, because there's many accounts in the scriptures where the prophets, they described what these chariots look like. Okay, like let's, for instance, going back to Zechariah 5:1, that's the scripture I had before, right? And we'll start here. It says the flying scroll. It says, then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. Okay, now what is this flying roll talking about? Let's talk about the chariots of the Lord. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. So this is the measurements as he's seen this chariot. Okay, now the chariots could be, Verse 3 says, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. Okay, and why is it the curse? Let's see what the curse means. It's Allah, right? Allah, right? And this is the Hebrew word. It says from H4:22, an imprecation, curse, cursing, an oath, swearing, an oath of a covenant from the Most High, from man, execration. Okay, so this, and why is it going to be a curse that go over the face of the whole earth? Because when the Lord returns, these are what you're going to see in the sky. Okay, you're going to see all over it. But, although when we see chariots and when they see these flying drones, they might look quite small, the way they see it, but you haven't seen it coming down right in front of your face like that. You say directly right in front. They could be a lot more bigger than what you think they are. It says, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on the side according to, and everyone that swears shall be cut off as on the side according to it. It says, I will bring before, saith Yahweh of hosts, which Yahweh of hosts means Yahweh of armies, right? Because the Lord has his heavenly army. You see, there's an army. You think that there's not no army? You see, because Jake thinks carnal, and not even Jake, these Christians think, a lot of Christians think the Lord has an army. Remember what in Daniel 12, where it says, in that day shall Michael stand up, the great prince, stand up for the children of thy people. What do you think that because he's going to be the chief, he's the chief. You see, he's the head. You see, under Yahweh Shai, okay? And when you go into the counts of the scriptures, right, when you get, we'll come back to this, but when you get, 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, showing you the Lord has a heavenly army. Okay, 2 Kings, the 6th chapter. Let's see. Okay, and this is when the Arameans plot to capture Elisha. Okay, so just so you get an insight on what this is talking about, and we're going to get straight to the point. And we'll start at verse 14. It says, therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host. They came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And what is this talking about? What I read to you just a second ago, the Arameans plot to capture Elisha. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, this is a let me see, Salaki. Give me 1 second. Right, so basically he said there be more with us than more with them, and that's talking about the heavenly forces. Okay, and then when you continue reading, verse 17, and Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And what is that talking about? That's really talking about the angels, the Alahim. Okay, let's talk about the Alahim was around about Elisha. And these are written so our faith can be built, because the scriptures talk about fear not, what can man do unto me? Fear not him who could kill the body, but fear him who killed the body and soul in hell. Because remember, Esau is going to try, eventually the Lord is going to put the spirit on Esau to put, he's going to start putting hands on Jake, man, physically, okay? But we got to remain calm and remain firm, because you got to realize there, And when the enemy comes in like a flood, the scriptures talk about, and when the enemy comes in like a flood, right, martial law, right, and they shall be like madmen sparing none. We got to keep the faith, and we got to look at these scriptures like, okay, there's more that be with us than their armies and their people. We got to, this is right here. Let's reread it. 2 Kings 6:17, it says, and Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, he saw it. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. Okay, showing you that there be more with us than more with them. Thousands, because the scriptures talk about how the chariots, right, there's thousands of them. Okay, let's grab that. Psalm 68, verse 17. Okay, it says, the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. Yahweh is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place, you see. So the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. You see? As it said, and this is the breakdown of this, as in Sinai, the angels were present when Israel was delivered from Egypt, right? Right, pillar by, what is that? The pillar by night is right here, actually. Exodus 13:21, it says, and Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, right? Which this cloud is chariots, which we'll grab real quick. Psalms 104, okay, and verse 3, it says, who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. So the clouds is the chariots, okay? It says, and Yahweh went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar by fire by night from before the people. You see, so showing you that they've been with us, man, this whole time, and they're still. The Lord has, the scriptures talk about how the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom. Okay, and who are the eyes of the Lord? The Alahayim, the angels. Okay, because you got to realize that the Lord doesn't have to he doesn't get off his throne. You see, he gives out orders, and the angels, right, being righteous or wicked, right, the evil angels, I should say, right, they all listen to him. They don't rebel. Okay, because this is so now these are precepts right here. I'm just gonna pick through them, one by one. Not one by one, just run through them a little bit. And you know what? I'm gonna go back here actually, and I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna pick through them. Okay. So this is Zechariah 5:4. I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. Now, who is this thief? Esau, Edom. You see, the thief is Esau, Edom, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and it shall consume him with timber thereof and the stones thereof. Okay, and why is this Esau's the house of thief? Because remember, he took basically cut our names off, right? Israel should be no remembrance. He took our heritage. Okay, he sold us. Okay, and the scriptures actually talk about this law. Okay. There's a law that says, he that stealeth the man, because he stole. You see, he stole us. In a sense, you see, right here. And he that stealeth the man and selleth him, you see, he sold us too. Or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. And when the Lord returns, we're going to be found in his hand. Okay, so this is why, right here, you're going back to Zechariah 5:1, it shall enter into the house of the thief. Because Esau's a fucking thief, man. You see? And it says, then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, lift up now thine eyes and see what is that goeth forth. And I said, what is it? And he said, this is ephod that goeth forth. He said, moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. And behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead. And this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the ephah. And he said, this is wickedness, and he cast it into the midst of the ephah, and he cast a weight of lead upon the mouth thereof. It said, then I lifted my eyes and looked, and behold, there came out two women. We can stop right there. But, the point was that this is describing the chariots of the Lord. And it's going to be the curse that goes forth over the face of the earth. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick through some of these scriptures, right? And we're going to just read them and go over them to show you that there's many scriptures that talk about these chariots, man. Okay, like for instance, Revelation 1, right? The Lord shall come with clouds, and every eye shall see them, even them that which pierced them. Okay, because you got to realize what the chariots are going to be here for. They're going to be here to destroy, and they're going to be here to save the elect. Okay, they're going to be here to destroy and save the elect. Now we're going to get a couple scriptures on when they're going to come to destroy. Okay, let's get Isaiah 66. We got to see Isaiah 19:1 first. It says, "The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud." Okay, the cloud is chariots, and shall come into Egypt, which we know Babylon the Great, this rebirth of the Roman Empire is known as spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. Okay, so this is showing you that how the Lord is going to come back with his chariots. And Isaiah 66 and 15 to 16 just completely prove it. You see, it says, "For behold, Yahweh will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and rebuke with flames of fire." You see? So let's reread that. Okay, it says, "For behold, Yahweh will come with fire." See, that's Malachi 4:1, right? "And with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and rebuke with flames of fire." Slacky, give me a second. Damn, my phone going off and shit. Okay, Salaki, I had to check this message. But yeah, let's reread it. Salaki, again, Isaiah 66 to 15, "For behold, Yahweh," right? Which it's really, Yahweh's going to send Yahweh Shai, okay, will come with fire, and with his chariots, right? The angels, right? Like a whirlwind. Okay, when you get that whirlwind, it means a storm wind. Let's actually get the Hebrew word. It says sawapa from H 5486, a hurricane, a real storm, tempest, whirlwind, Red Sea, storm wind. Okay. It says, and remember, something just came to my mind when you get 2 Kings, okay? And I know I'm jumping all over the place. I just want to make this to make a little bit more sense. Or was it 1 Kings? I think it might be 2 Kings. You're right. Elijah was taken up to heaven. Is it 11? Right here. This is 2 Kings chapter 2 and verse 11. "And it came to pass as they went on and talked, and behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven." So Elijah got beamed up into a chariot, basically. Okay, this was Elijah getting beat, and you see another. You hear another account where Enoch, right, was translated. Okay. Which we're going to get into the salvation scriptures after, but just showing you that the way these prophets were delivered, okay, these men of the Lord were delivered, okay, is how the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be delivered, okay. It says, verse 16, "For by fire and by a sword will the Lord, right, plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." See, so the Lord's coming back with fire and with his chariots, man, to come destroy this place. Okay, that's the curse that goes forth over the face of the earth. And don't think Yahweh Shai is not going to come back with chariots, man, or not with chariots on a ship, okay, which is the biggest of them all, okay, because those are the vehicles. And when you actually get chariots, right, it should be Rakab. I should look for it. It's lucky, but I should look for it. Yeah. So let's go back and let's get another one. Okay, let's go back and get another one. And I actually want to show you something real quick, what chariots mean. The Hebrew word is Rakab, and it says, by extension, cavalry, by analogy, a rider, the upper millstone chariot, multitude from the margin, wagon, a team chariot, chariotry, millstones, riders, chariots, upper millstone, as riding on lower millstones. In other words, it's a vehicle, okay? It's a vehicle, just to prove that, okay? Now let's grab more destruction. Let's see. You have Habakkuk, right? We can go to Habakkuk. And after this, we'll get salvation scriptures. Let's get Revelation 1:7, and we'll get Habakkuk. This is Revelation chapter 1:7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds." Who cometh with clouds? Yahweh Shai. "And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen." You see, and we proved that the clouds were his chariots, and that's what he's coming with. "And every eye shall see him, even they also which pierced him." Okay, remember on the cross. So they're gonna see him too. Because remember, those same people who did it are back here today, man. Okay, via reincarnation. They're not just gone. Now they're gone. They're burning in hell. No, man, they're back here today. They're gonna start. They're gonna get judged. That's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna get judged, man. You cannot escape the wrath of the Lord, man. It's Habakkuk chapter 3, right? And I'll start at verse 3. It says, "The Most High came from Teman, and from the Holy One of Mount Paran, Selah. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of praise," right? And let's talk about the chariots. "And his brightness was as the light," right? This is speaking of Yahweh Shai and via the chariots, angels, right? It says, "And his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand." You see, it's right here. Right here, and it will give you the breakdown right here. It says light, metaphorically, the wisdom of the Most High, as well as literally the lights from the chariots, horns coming out of his hand, laser beams from the chariots. Okay, and this is exactly what it's talking about. You see, when you go into that word horns, it signifies strength. Okay, it means Quran, right? And it says horn of strength, flask, horn of rays of light. Okay, so you're gonna have laser beams when the Lord returns in the chariots. You're gonna have laser beams zapping motherfuckers. Yeah, that sounds crazy, right? You see, you got people like, "No, with chariots zapping people. This ain't no comedy movie." Well, this is the Lord's movie, and this is how it's gonna take place. Okay, starting with Yahweh Shai, right? Returning, right, and then with the chariots. Okay, and it says before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. Okay. Can we continue reading? No, this is about it. This is about it. But yeah, so these scriptures prove how the Lord is coming back with those vehicles, those unidentified flying objects, which they are identified, are the UAPs. Okay, that they're trying to change it to, and they're not no fucking aliens. Those are not aliens coming from another dimension. None of that, man. Okay, they're not no damn aliens, man. Okay, so now let's grab, and Ezekiel 1, at the end of the video that you've seen a wheel within a wheel. Okay, and this is Ezekiel chapter 1, and we'll start at 15. It says, "Thou as I beheld the living creatures, behold one wheel upon the face of the living creatures with his 4 faces." And that picture that was that video that was Apostle Tahar putting up a clip of, of someone taking a video of a wheel within a wheel. You see, which Ezekiel 1 describes these things, okay? Ezekiel seen the vision, okay? Verse 16, "The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel." And that's exactly what you've seen, man. And these are things that's supposed to build our faith up, man. Because we're seeing these things be revealed. These things are manifesting themselves. Okay, they're manifesting themselves, man. Okay, now let's get we'll get one more scripture. Salaki. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 1. Actually, no, we'll grab this after. Let's get some on salvation. Oh no. Actually, this will be a good point to go into this. So basically, what this is going to be going into is you're going to have when Yahweh Shai returns with them angels, you're going to have you're going to have Esau and these particular other nations, right?
Esau, Edom, and these particular other nations, their armies fight against the Lord. Okay, so this is 2 Ezra 13:1, and it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. Who was that man that waxed strong? Yahushua waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, with the angels, right? And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And so when Yahushua returns and he comes with the host, the armies, right, of heaven, everybody's going to tremble, okay? These people are going to tremble. You see? It says, and whensoever the voice went out out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. It says, and after this I behold, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came up out of the sea. You see? And it says, the chariots will encompass the whole earth. So there will be armies from all nations coming from the four winds, attempting to fight Yahushua and the angels. You see, in the book of Revelation, this multitude is referred to as the beast out of the sea. Okay? And it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Which is talking about his chariot, the chariot. You see, Yahushua's chariot. And it gives you a description, Zechariah 6:1. Right? And it says, and I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, there came out four chariots out from between the two mountains, and the mountains were mountains of brass. Okay, just give you a description. But yeah, so when Yahushua returns, right, and the angels, they're going to try to fight against him. And there's a scripture actually in verse 31 that they'll prove it to you even more. 2 Ezra 13:31, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. So remember, they're coming from a different realm into this realm. So it's going to be one realm fighting against another. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen, which I shewed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. You see, and he's going to be descending. He's going to be descending back into heaven. I mean, back into the earth, man, basically. Okay. Now let's get a couple scriptures on salvation, with the chariot saving us, and then we'll just close out after that. I don't want to make this too long. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon, right? Chapter 5. Lord willing, the people, you brothers who are watching, sisters, Akwath, right, are edified. Okay. We'll just do this. Okay. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, okay, before the face of such that afflicted him. Who afflicted us? Esau, Edom, particularly within these other nations, and made no account of his labors. Yeah, they didn't make account of our labors. Okay, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. See what? And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. See, us being delivered. They're going to be in terrible fear at what they're going to see. But look, and it says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Because they're not visionaries. They can't envision these things. They know that especially Esau, they know about it, but they just can't envision. They're not visionaries. Okay. They're carnal, okay? It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach, okay? We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. And that's exactly what they did, man. They looked down on us. They mocked us. They laughed at us. You see, you see? And when you get that word derision, okay, it means mockery, you see, ridicule, mockery, which is part of the curses, proverb of reproach, you see. Okay, so yeah, when we're delivered, they're going to be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation, the terrible fear and amazed at the strangeness of our salvation, man. Okay, let's get one more and we'll close it off. Revelation chapter 4 and verse 17, it says, I'll start at 16. It says, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, okay, with the voice of the archangel and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in Yahushua shall rise first, the one who, right.
And it says, then when we which are alive and remaining shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. And it's not talking about no damn, which I haven't heard in a while. What is that called? The rapture. Okay, I haven't heard that in a while. But, you know, a lot of Christians still believe that shit. It's just bullshit. It's not talking about the rapture. It's talking about being beamed up in the chariots. So shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. Okay, and this is us being delivered, okay, in those chariots, man. Okay, you know, we'll grab a couple more, actually. Matthew 24:30, it says, and then I'll start at verse 29. It says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers, right, of the heavens shall be shaken. Right now, the breakdown of this is what? Tribulation of those days, the time of Jacob's trouble. Right, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. Okay, and it says the ash, and it says manyfold, the ash caused by the destruction will block out the sun and the moon, and that's right. Okay, also represents the wisdom of America being destroyed. Stars shall fall represents the ICBM nuclear missiles, because remember, when Yahweh shall return, remember let the weak say I am strong. These other nations, right? World War III is going to take place. Okay, these nuclear missiles are gonna come down on Idumea, okay, which is another word of saying the Greek way of saying Edom, okay, and it's gonna destroy this place along with Yahweh Shai coming with the chair. So this place is gonna be obliterated. Let's just say it like that. This place is gonna be obliterated, okay. So that's what the stars shall fall from heaven. That's talking about the nuclear ICBM missiles. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And what? And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect, the elect of the nation of Israel, not the whole. Remember, when you go back into the time of Egypt, right? When the Lord was delivering them out of Egypt, right? He saved the whole nation, the whole house of Israel was saved. But this time it's going to be the elect on this side. The other ones have to get destroyed. Okay? It says from one end of the heaven unto the other, because we were scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. Okay, so this is where we're going to be gathered. Okay, let's get one more. You know, let's lock it. Let's get one more. These scriptures is just beautiful. Let's you know what? Yeah, we'll get. Let's get Isaiah 26:20. Okay. It says, come my people, right? Who's the Lord's people? The Israelites. Enter down to thy chambers. The chambers in this sense is talking about the chariots. Because when you get chambers, it'll say Kadar, right? Which is from H23:14. An apartment, usually a bed, inner chamber, innermost word, south within, chamber, room, parlor, innermost of, or inward part within. Okay, so because when you go back to the ancient world, when you took a woman and, you know, when a man and a woman are getting, you know, married, right? Which marriage is through the act of sex, okay? The man would take the woman in the bedchamber, right? You know, they would do that, you know, they would host a you know, announcement, whatever, that the woman, they wouldn't be married yet when they're, you know, they have that little party and whatnot. You know, this is roughly paraphrasing, you know, you know, but the man would take the woman into the bedchamber, and through the act of sex, he would make a covenant with her, okay? Which the covenant was, you know, a covenant with her, and they will become one flesh, okay? So that's a different, that's talking going into marriage, but this chamber is talking about the chariot. And why does it say chamber? Because when we get beamed up into them chambers, right, we're gonna be with Yahweh Shai. And that's when the second covenant, that new covenant, is going to start. And we're preparing and adorning ourselves right now. So when we be brought back with Yahweh Shai, which is our husband, right? And you know, our husband, we are going to be one with Yahweh Shai. Okay. So this is this is talking about. Okay. It says, come my people, enter down into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Okay, just how when Noah entered into the ark, the Lord shut the doors. Okay. And it says, hide thyself as it were for a little moment. That little moment is the hour that is going to take Yahweh Shai to destroy this place. Okay, the scriptures talk about 1 hour. Okay, that's what that little moment's about. Okay, until the indignation be overpassed. You see, until the wrath of the Lord, the indignation. When you get indignation, it says Zayam. This is anger, indignation. It says especially of the Most High's displeasure with sin. Okay, you see, all you people, the Lord loves sinners. You see, all you people who are wicked as fuck, he's going to destroy you. Ain't no damn Jesus coming back, but that's exactly what's going to take place. So Lord willing, this was edifying. Before I close off, I'd like to give all praises, all glory, all honor to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Grubel and Teacher. Peace and salutation to all for like Shalom.